Hello and welcome. My name is Jocelyn and today is one of the most exciting videos. It is my Sephora VIB sale haul. I already have a recommendations video and a wish list video up on my channel from a couple of weeks ago, so if you'd like to check those out, feel free to do so. I will leave them linked down in the description box below, but today is the day where I show you the things that I actually picked up. We have a handful of skincare items and then maybe a little more than a handful of makeup items. I don't feel like I purchase nearly as much makeup nowadays as I did, for example, this time last year. If you caught my wish list video, then you will recognize some of these things from that list of mine. There are a few things, actually I think a handful of things that were not included on that wish list video that I ended up picking up, so I'm excited to share those with you. And there were also some things that I was choosing between, so there was a few different eyeshadow palettes that I was choosing between, as well as some single eyeshadows I was choosing between, and I think a handful of other things. So I'm really excited. I did go in stores on November 1st when the VIB Rouge sale happened and started to get a bunch of stuff in stores, and I was able to get the majority of things in stores, but there were a handful of things that I couldn't, and I did place one order online. It took me a little while to place that online order because I did offer a couple of friends and family the 20% discount also, so I waited for them to send me what they wanted and then I placed the order all at once. Without further ado, I'm very excited to share with you the things inside of here. I have only broken out two of the things and they are both skincare items, so let's talk about those real fast. And I broke them out because I was in desperate need of them because I had run out. So the first was the Kale and Green Tea Spinach Vitamins Superfood Cleanser. I did pick up the full size. It's actually right here. This is the 8 fluid ounce size. I have used up one of these in the past and I was trying out a different cleanser for a little while, but I determined that it just didn't work very well for me. So I now have this bad boy back in my life and I am very excited about it. This probably will come as no surprise to anybody because I have talked and raved about this so many times on my channel, and it was in my kind of wish list and I think recommendations video. So I did get one of these and have already broken it out. The other thing that I broke out because I ran out of my other one is the Drunk Elephant Slay Makeup Melting Butter Cleanser. I did use up another one of these recently and just broke out this one. This is the same one. There are two other ones that I'm looking to try out. There's one by Good Molecules and then there's one that was just recommended to me, I think yesterday or the day before that, by Number 7. Shouts out to Amy Thomas for recommending the one by Number 7. I will definitely be in stores looking to pick that up at some point so I can compare it to this one, because both the Good Molecules and the Number 7 one are going to be significantly cheaper than this one, but I will say that this has been my favorite cleanser so far. So if they compare in a good way to this, then I will definitely opt for the cheaper version, obviously. All right, so those are the only two items that I have broken out and tried. Let's dive into the bag full of things that I have not touched since I purchased them. Oh, actually, let's go ahead and first get out of the way that I did purchase online a deluxe size of the Youth to the People Superfood Cleanser. This is the 2 fluid ounce bottle. This is what it looks like. It's a little glass bottle with a little screw top. I travel with this and it's perfect, and when I run out I can just pump the big one into this one and it's absolutely fantastic. I did have this once upon a time and I screwed the cap on too tight and it broke, so I had to buy another one, which is unfortunate, but now I have a new one in my life. I think this was only 10 bucks and with the sale it was only 8 bucks, so it was a great deal. I have 1.5 skincare items left, so let's go ahead and get those out of the way since we've already started talking about them. I did pick up the Ordinary's Direct Acids. It's their AHA and BHA Peeling Solution Blend. I did talk about this during my wish list video. There was a couple of the Ordinary products that I was interested in trying, but this is supposed to be a dupe for another Drunk Elephant product, their baby facial, which is I think $80, and then this was like less than $10, maybe definitely less than 20, so this was a much better value. I just broke the package. This is a much better value than that one, and I wanted to see if they compare because the Sukari Baby Facial by Drunk Elephant works so well for my skin. This is what it looks like. Look at how purple that is. Oh my gosh. So this is a 10-minute exfoliating facial. I know that the Drunk Elephant one is 20 minutes, so you're supposed to apply it to clean skin, wait for it to dry, and then rinse off, I think. Yep, rinse thoroughly with lukewarm water. So here, let me give you kind of a close-up of it. It is a really deep purple, which is really interesting. Ooh, I'm so excited to try this out. I've heard really good things about this, so I'm very, very, very excited to give it a try and compare it to the Drunk Elephant one, and I will definitely keep you updated on what I think. And the sort of skincare but not skincare and also a repurchase is the Bite Beauty Agave Lip Mask. I use this every single night and I'm squeezing the last of the one that I currently have. So I wanted to get it back up so that I don't run out. Let's talk about this first. So this is something that I had on my wish list. It's an item that I have not tried before, but I'm so excited to finally try it because I've been wanting to since it launched. It is the Urban Decay Brow Blade. I am so excited. I got mine in the shade Taupe, I think. Taupe Trap. It has a waterproof pencil side and then an ink stain side, so I am so excited to try this out and see how it works. I don't hear a lot of people talk about this, so maybe it's not that great, but if you have any experience with this, let me know. I did recently try via my friend Paige the Fenty brow product. I don't remember what it's called exactly, but I tried that out recently and I do really like that one too. So I may try that one after I run out of this and my Anastasia Brow Wiz. But for now, I have this one and I'm so excited to finally be able to try it. Ooh, next is something that wasn't on my wish list. One of my favorite liquid lipstick formulas is the Huda Beauty liquid matte lipsticks, and I picked up another one. This is in the shade Spice Girl. The last time that I picked up one of the liquid lipsticks, they didn't have a ton of different shades, and so I saw recently that she expanded the shade range and has a lot of shades, including this one right here. So again, this is the shade Spice Girl. It is such a beautiful mauvey terracotta. I don't really know. I think this is more of a terracotta kind of color, but oh, it looks so, so pretty. I only really have two shades. I have Trophy Wife and I have Muse. So I only have those two, and now I have Spice Girl and I'm just so excited. I really, really love this formula. It's probably, it might be my favorite liquid lipstick formula. This along with the Dose of Color liquid matte lipsticks, but I think this one might top that one. We'll finish up with eyeshadows, so let me talk about the other two products. In my wish list video, I talked about a concealer that I was interested in trying out, and the one that I had talked about was the Urban Decay Naked Concealer, I think is what it's called. But every time that I swatched it in stores, I just thought, oh, I just don't think this is gonna be a good fit for me. There wasn't really a good color match, and the formula looked and felt a little too heavy, so I went a little bit rogue and I ended up picking up the Smashbox Studio Skin Flawless 24-Hour Concealer, and I got mine in the shade Fair Light Warm Peach. It has pretty good reviews on Sephora.com, and when I swatched it, it just seemed like a formula that would work well for me. I don't like anything that's too full coverage, too heavy, or too drying, so I'm really excited to give this a try. I don't have a lot of concealers in my collection, and the ones that I do have are really well used, so I thought it was a good opportunity to pick a new one up that I had not tried before, and I of course will let you know what I think of it. All right, next, so it's kind of the same story as with the concealer. I've been on the hunt for a perfect eyeliner. In the last video, I talked about how I wanted to try the Marc Jacobs liner, but it was $30, and there were a couple of comments on that video that said that the liner smudges really bad and isn't that great, so I thought, ugh, maybe I don't want to try that. There were a couple other recommendations on that video of ones that people thought were really good and that they, again, recommended, but I kind of went a little rogue and I got one that I have never heard anybody talk about, which maybe not the smartest thing to do, but it had really good reviews, and the pen on this eyeliner seemed like one that I would enjoy, so I picked it up. This is the Tarte Sex Kitten Liquid Liner, kind of a questionable name, but for some reason I just opted for this one. I don't really know why. It was definitely less expensive than the Marc Jacobs one, so that's great. It could have been the fact that there is a little tiny kitten on the tip of this, and if you don't know, I am kind of a crazy cat lady. This is actually the first time that I've opened this. They don't sell this in my local Sephora, so I did order this online. Ooh, I don't know. It kind of has a bit of a thicker tip on it. It doesn't look like it tapers to an exact tip, so I'm not sure. It looks like it has pretty good pigment on it. We'll see. I'm excited to try it out, and I really, really love the packaging. This is so freaking adorable. Is this waterproof? This might not be waterproof. waterproof, so it'll be interesting to see how long it wears on the eye. All right, so we just have eyeshadows left, and I have two products to talk about. The first might not come as any surprise to you, but I was going back and forth between a couple different shades and also a couple different brands, but I opted for something that I have loved another version of for a very, very long time. If you're familiar with my channel, you might know that I really, really love the Hourglass Scattered Light eyeshadows. I only have one in the shade Reflect, but I absolutely love it. It's obscenely priced, and I know that, but there's something about that eyeshadow that I just love. Although I was deciding between a few different single shadows, I ended up opting for another one of the Hourglass Scattered Light eyeshadows, and this one I got in the shade Smoke. They have one in an olive shade that I'm really interested in, and then I think the shade Blaze, which is kind of a fiery sort of color, but this one is more of a taupey color, and I'm really excited because I don't have a ton of colors like this in my collection right now, so I'm just stoked. I haven't swatched this. I haven't really looked at it too much. This is what the pan looks like. So stinking pretty. Oh god, these just feel so good. They kind of feel, oh my god, look at that, how pretty. They kind of feel a little bit moussey. Oh wow. All right, so here is the shade Smoke. Look at how just wet and glossy and shimmery that looks. Oh, all over the lid. This would be absolutely stunning. Even in the inner corner, this would be beautiful. I have a feeling that I'll be able to use this one a lot like the way that I use the shade Reflect. I'm just gonna stare at this all day long. It's so gorgeous. All right, I went ahead and swatched Reflect right next to Smoke, and you can see that they are a pretty different color. They do look similar in the way that they kind of shine and gleam, but this one is a lot more ivory and this one is a lot more taupey gray. Oh, they're just so beautiful. So happy to have two now. I cannot wait to get the olive shade. So excited. All right, so probably the most exciting part, as I mentioned, I was deciding between a few different palettes to pick up, and when I really sat down and thought about it, I was like, it just has to be this one. And I'm only allowing myself to buy 6 palettes in the year of 2019. This is my 4th palette purchase. If you have any guesses about what I'm about to show you, hold on to them and then let me know if you were right. God, I'm so excited. I picked up the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette. I am so excited. So unlike the Natasha Denona Gold palette and the Lila palette and most of her other palettes of this size, this was only, I think, $65. The other ones are regularly $129, which is obscene. And I own currently the Natasha Denona Gold palette. I actually picked that up at the beginning of the year. And I only paid $29 for it because I used a $100 gift card. And because I picked this up during the sale, it went from $65 to $52, and I feel like $52 is a pretty standard price for an eyeshadow palette, which made this so incredibly worth it and worthy of the last mainstream brand slot in my year of 2019. So I was only allowing myself to buy 2 palettes from mainstream brands in 2019. When this first launched, which I think was earlier this year, this is not a very old palette in her collection, I immediately was like, oh my god, I want that so bad. And now I finally have her. I love the packaging on this. It's this really beautiful tin on the top, and then this kind of, it's probably plastic on both sides, but I just love this. I love the packaging and I love the shades. I love the price point, especially compared to her other palettes. You do get a little less product in here, but the other ones have so much product that I'll probably like never hit pan on them. That's actually probably a lie. So if you have not seen this before, this is what the inside looks like. Let me give you a close-up. So these are all of the shades in here, just so incredibly perfect. I feel like this is my perfect freaking palette. We have such a good diversity of matte and shimmer shades in here, and we have a giant mirror in here. I feel so happy that this was my choice and that I finally have this. I have a feeling this might be my new absolute favorite palette. So those are all of the things that I picked up during the fall VIB sale. I am so excited about everything, and I feel like I put a lot of thought and energy into making my purchases, and really there's nothing that I regret so far. Was there anything that surprised you in this haul, or was Was there anything you were surprised you didn't see in this haul? Let me know down in the comments below. If you picked anything up during the sale, I would love to hear what you ended up picking up down in the comments below. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you want to subscribe for more content from me, don't forget to do so before you go. All of those buttons are down below, and I think that is everything I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.